Once zones are drawn, the next step is to identify assets, rooms, and areas that require protection. Asset identification goes beyond counting servers. It includes network closets, storage safes, backup tapes, and even HVAC control panels that influence operations. Each asset sits within a physical space that carries its own risk profile. For example, a communications rack in a shared utility room faces different threats than a locked data center vault. Mapping these locations links tangible objects to their protection requirements. This awareness supports both design and response, ensuring no critical asset hides in an unguarded corner simply because it was not listed on a diagram. Badge issuance, revocation, and audits sustain the integrity of this system. Every badge represents both convenience and potential risk. Issuance should verify identity and job role before activation. Revocation must occur immediately when employment ends or privileges change. Regular badge audits check for unused or duplicate credentials that might grant ghost access. A quarterly review comparing active badges against current personnel records prevents buildup of forgotten permissions. Treating badges as access keys rather than workplace tokens ensures they receive the same discipline as digital credentials. Physical identity control is an extension of access governance, not a separate practice. Guards, monitoring and patrol coverage bring human presence to the perimeter. Guards deter intrusion, assist visitors, and observe behaviors technology might miss. Patrol routes should cover entry points, equipment zones, and secondary exits at defined intervals. Monitoring centers collect alarms, badge logs, and camera feeds, allowing guards to respond quickly. A well-coordinated guard force acts as both first responder and prevention mechanism. However, effectiveness depends on training and clarity of authority. Guards must know when to challenge, when to escalate, and how to document incidents properly. Human vigilance amplifies electronic monitoring, grounding abstract security policy in watchful routine. Cameras extend visibility but must operate within privacy boundaries. Surveillance systems should cover entryways, equipment rooms, and common corridors while avoiding areas that violate personal expectations, such as restrooms or break rooms. Footage retention periods must balance investigative value with legal and privacy limits, often ranging from 30 to 90 days depending on policy. Camera placement and retention schedules should be reviewed annually to confirm continued relevance and compliance. For instance, an expanded warehouse may require new coverage angles, while unused areas might justify shorter retention. Responsible monitoring protects assets without crossing ethical or legal lines. Transparency about surveillance sustains trust. Doors, locks, and tailgating prevention form the most visible line of physical defense. Every secure door should close automatically, require proper authentication, and resist forced entry. Tailgating, when one person follows another through without credential verification, remains a common weakness. Physical barriers, such as turnstiles, anti-passback systems, or man-traps help control flow, but awareness matters most. Employees should be trained to politely challenge or report tailgating incidents. Lock maintenance is equally important. Broken latches or propped doors negate every upstream control. A door is only secure when it closes, and a system is only safe when habits match its hardware. Environmental factors, power, fire, flood, and HVAC directly affect system availability and safety. Reliable power supplies with uninterruptible backup prevent abrupt outages. Fire detection and suppression systems must suit the environment. Inert gas suppression protects electronics better than water sprinklers. Flood sensors and raised equipment flooring protect against leaks. HVAC systems regulate temperature and humidity, preventing overheating or condensation that can damage hardware. Environmental protection extends security from access control to physical survivability. A locked data center still fails if the room overheats or floods. True resilience means planning for both intrusion and nature. Equipment placement and cable protection add practical layers to environmental safety. Devices should be positioned away from public pathways, windows, or overhead leaks. Cable routes should be enclosed in conduits or secured trays, shielding them from tampering or accidental cuts. Even seemingly minor details, labeling cables, using strain reliefs, or maintaining clear aisles, reduce operational risk. Good layout design supports both protection and maintenance. For example, running network cables through locked overhead ducts prevents unauthorized tapping while simplifying inspections. Equipment placement is where physical security meets ergonomics, ensuring systems are both secure and serviceable. Delivery areas, loading docks, and mailrooms often serve as unintentional gateways into restricted zones. These spaces require defined procedures for receiving shipments, screening packages, and escorting delivery personnel. Separate them physically from internal workspaces to contain risk. For example, deliveries should enter through controlled doors that do not open directly into sensitive corridors. Screening incoming parcels for hazards or tampering maintains safety without disrupting operations. Mailrooms, though routine, handle potential threats ranging from mislabeled drives to malicious devices. Treating logistics zones as controlled interfaces closes another perimeter gap often overlooked in facility design. Incident reporting and after-hours response keep the protection cycle alive beyond normal schedules. Employees and guards must know how to report suspicious activity quickly and whom to contact. After-hours procedures should define who has authority to access facilities, how alarms are verified, and how incidents are logged. For instance, if a door alarm triggers at midnight, response should follow a tested script. Contact security operations, dispatch a guard, record findings, and escalate if needed. Reporting culture matters as much as sensors. Silence after anomalies allows small issues to grow. Prompt communication turns observation into prevention. Governance provides structure through ownership, reviews, and documentation. Facility security officers or equivalent roles maintain oversight of policies, risk assessments, and inspection schedules. Regular reviews confirm that controls remain effective and aligned with organizational changes. Documentation, from floor plans to maintenance logs, preserves institutional memory. Governance ties together daily operations and long-term strategy, ensuring that lessons learned become policy updates rather than forgotten anecdotes. Ownership prevents fragmentation. Every facility must have someone accountable for its protection, not a diffuse sense of responsibility. Governance transforms scattered tasks into coordinated assurance. In closing, boundaries reduce real-world risk by making protection measurable and enforceable. Defined zones, clear responsibilities, and documented controls prevent ambiguity, which is the true enemy of safety. Physical and environmental protection translates trust into architecture, walls, locks, cameras, and procedures that embody policy in concrete form. When boundaries are respected, incidents stay isolated instead of cascading. When governance is active, improvements follow naturally. Physical security begins with something simple yet profound, knowing exactly where your responsibility starts and ensuring nothing critical falls outside it. Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit DailyCyber.News.